So, American Horror Story Cult. I don't really know how I feel about this season. Um, so I had it recorded and I watched it today. I watched it just now, and I'm only a day late. But I turned it on and I was like, wait, what the heck is going on? And while they're showing scenes of the election, by the way, which I've dubbed as a circus prior to this, oh look, that's where the clowns come into play. This is my theory, by the way. This is why they did clowns, because it's a circus. But that's just me. So they did that, and they made it real. They made it real life. Like, they made it, like, present day. That in itself is kind of scary, in that this could probably happen, like, now, or has already happened. I don't know. I try not to watch the news. So that in itself is kind of freaky. Also, as a positive note, I am excited that they have a new cast. I know they have a handful of people who they brought back for numerous seasons, playing different roles, and so far we've only seen three. We've only seen three. We saw the main chick, Alex, I think her name is, the Alex's doctor, and the crazy dude, whose name I don't remember, but the crazy kid. The one who plays crazy very well. Oh, and the clown. And the clown! You know how excited I got when I saw this house? This is awful. I got excited when I saw the clown. Like, it was just kind of a flashback of, or not a flashback, it was a comic that the kid was reading, and they're kind of showing it as, like, you know, real time. And I thought that was kind of cool. I'm like, oh, they brought him back! That's so awesome! I know the producers, creators, have a thing that they bring back numerous different elements from other seasons into different shows. And I'm kind of excited that they brought back the clown, because this, like I said, this has lots of clowns in it. And by the way, if you didn't tell by any trailer you've seen or anything on the internet about this show, if you have a fear of clowns, do not watch this. Do not watch this season. Don't watch it, because I don't have a fear of clowns, but I feel like after this season, I will have a fear of clowns, because oh my goodness, whole lots of oh my goodness going on here. So anyway, aside from me not entirely liking that it is essentially present day, I mean, technically we're jumping back to when the election was. So we're jumping back to last year. However, like I said, this could be dubbed as this is happening right now. This happened when the election, you know, happened. And obviously that was a big deal. And I don't like talking politics at all with anyone, because everyone has a very strong opinion. But seeing this, and then seeing the chick with the phobias, and that the election triggered it, like these life events have triggered all our phobias. So you have 9/11, which I guess started it all, which I want to see a little bit more background to that, to be like, well, what started all these phobias? Phobias have no rhyme or reason to them whatsoever. However, there is usually something that triggers it to be like, I don't want to be anywhere near that. Like, something just freaks you out. At least to my knowledge. I'm probably totally wrong. I'm clearly not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or any type of person to make any sense whatsoever with validity. But I'm pretty positive something has to happen for you to not like something later on. Hence the phobias. Like, they don't make any sense, but something happened and that's why you have a phobia. Anyway, the fact that this is focusing around her and her life, and that it is, you know, her and her wife and her kid, I can't say that it hits home, but it does, in the fact that, like, let's be real, a very big portion of the population, when the election hit, was like, holy crap, the world is now exploding. Like, so this is touching home for a lot of people, I'm sure. And as a side note, how the heck do these creators know, like, once one season ended, they had an idea for a second season, and they were probably filming. So actually, they would have had to know what would have happened. Or, you know what? They were like, well, let's make him the winner, regardless. And let's just film this. But they probably left it open for then they could fill in the like the news stories in the beginning, and like I don't know, that was, I don't know that they knew he was gonna win, or that they did a lot of production work once he got elected, so they had all the footage to work with. I'm wondering where the like, I wonder how this is created in their brains, because being present day, what if the tables turn? They couldn't have necessarily, and well, who knows what would have happened if Hillary got, you know, if she was president. I'm sure there would still be riots because people are unhappy with the vote. Not the point. However, it's interesting to see how the story is going, in the fact that, in my opinion, it is very much, people agree with it, essentially. That it's, why did this happen? I hate that it happened. This world is going to crumble. Blah, 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 blah. But, you know, then we have this chick and this family and all this stuff. Okay. Anyway, that aside, let's jump back to what actually happened in the episode. So you have the crazy guy, and I want to say his sister, or relative. I'm going to say sister. So the two of them be crazy. And then you have the family who is trying to be normal, even though who they won didn't win, essentially, with this election. So the crazy brother and sister probably have a ploy how they figured out to go to this little town is not even a town, to go to this place with this kid and terrorize the kid through the family. It still remains a mystery to me. I know the crazy guy, the blue hair, long blue hair, he basically is spreading fear everywhere. Okay, fine, I get that. He's probably the head of the clowns, totally the head of the clowns. But to get his sister involved to be a babysitter to this family, I mean, anybody can be a babysitter in general without check. I mean, if someone doesn't check references, that's your own damn fault. But generally speaking, oh yeah, I'm great with kids. I love kids. I can do this. Yeah, no problem. Blah, 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 blah. That's not how the world works now. I'm pretty positive. I have no idea. I never babysat in my life. But I want to see how that connection actually happened. But obviously they're terrorizing the kid. And in doing so, they're terrorizing the family and making a point to, you know, spread fear, essentially. Makes me wonder, though, that, so perhaps everybody is in the same boat and just thinks, you know, the one chick is super crazy because she's seeing clowns and she has all these phobias. But I wonder if there is actually a ploy against her and her family, mostly her, who has all these phobias, in that the supporters of who won the election are terrorizing those who don't support it, essentially. Because, so the neighbors got killed, they were supporters of not the person who won. How the crazy guy knows this is beyond me. But I think that's just it. Because when the girl is running around, Alex, I'm gonna go with Alex. When she's running around the grocery store, she sees the clowns, and these same clowns with the masks are the ones that the little boy sees later on. So, but then, okay, you know, jumping back to her in the grocery store, they essentially said, you know, there was nothing on the tapes, this is still under investigation, essentially you're insane. Okay. But, like, maybe everyone is out to get her. Why are they out to get her? There has to be some kind of past thing that happened to her that made all of this kind of be like, oh, well, there you go. That's why. So I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to play out. I kind of hope it's not going to be like the one season with the witches. I keep mistaking it for vampires. The vampire season I actually watched because Gaga was in it, and not for her, but because the storyline was actually interesting. But the one with the witches, we got, I think through the second episode, maybe barely through the first. I couldn't watch it. I just couldn't watch it. So I'm hoping that this one's going to be better, because if we're focusing on, I can focus on crazy, and I can focus on clowns, and I can focus on crazy clowns, but when we start getting real life into it, it becomes essentially too real for me. And that's probably going to be a reason why I'm not going to watch it anymore. And okay, sure, I admit I don't want to relate to it that much. I don't want to be afraid. I don't know. Pick an adjective. But essentially, I don't know. I don't really have words yet to really formulate a proper opinion of this season, aside from the fact that I can't believe that they did real time, real events. Like, I'm kind of still in awe about that. So I'm slightly interested to see where this is going. But as I said, I've made the correlation. Whether or not it's true, my theory is this whole election has been a circus, and oh look, we have the clowns. So whether or not that's true, I'm going to stick with it because that's what I'm seeing.